Hello everyone, it is Susan here and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to work on my February Project Life spread, and I'm showing you here that I am working in my 9x12, and I did do a couple of inserts already for February. And they are part of my Project Life 2020 playlist. So, well, just the one is. I didn't do a video on the other insert because for privacy reasons. And so I'm showing you here that I have all of my pockets pretty much organized, and now I just have to put all of the pieces together. So this video is a little bit different than my last video. It's almost in like two sections. So I'm going to show you each card that I work on and explain just a little bit. And then in the end, like the second half of the video, I'm going to come in and I'm really going to read everything and explain everything in more detail as I put the cards into the pockets. So on this particular card, I wanted to share that, I had that chipboard that's like stuck in my tweezer over there, but I didn't want to put it on because I felt like that lower corner was a little empty. So I used the Illustrated Faith washi tape, and it says, "Remind me of your love." And then I scoot down to the second row, which is the 3x4s. And I just wanted to show you that, having an Elmer's glue stick, very inexpensive, but very useful for certain things. So I used that glue to get that piece of bag down onto the paper. And I do use a lot of enamel dots on this 2-page spread. I have a lot of them. I want to make sure I use them. And yeah, I like them very much. And you will see that I do outline certain areas of my spreads. I don't outline every single little thing. It's just like that bag was, it's a little busy, and I wanted the photo to be able to pop out. So this 4x6 card, I really needed two 3x4s. So I just glued them on there, and then so this little piece right here, I had planned to use the other half of that circle on the next page, and you will see that, but I never end up using it. And then these particular photos right here, these 3 photos are from my sprocket, which I love. So they have a sticky back to them already. And then that little spot right there needed something, so I grabbed this Explore and cut it down, and then it ended up being the perfect little piece to put there, and that's my daughter. And yeah, she was away for a few days on a much needed vacation. And then this little card this little photo is of my 10-year-old granddaughter typing on a typewriter for the first time. So now I'm on my second page. I'm working on the right side of my 2-page spread, and yeah, keeping this card simple but pretty. And so here you're going to see there's that half circle, and that I never use, and that love heart. Yeah, no, that doesn't end up on this card either. So but I will explain more when I get to the to the second part of this video, like I said. And yeah, but I wanted to show you here that under the frame right there, the photo is sticking out, and I knew it, right? I knew the photo was longer than the frame, but I wanted to leave it there because I really liked it. And yeah, this is, I think, one of my favorite cards on the entire 2-page spread. Yeah, and adding the glittery cup there because, well, my granddaughter is washing dishes. So now I'm in the middle of my right hand page, and I'll go into detail about these cards in a few minutes. And now here is the bottom. So I had these 3 little red hearts and I ended up using all 3. I had used one on one of the other 3x4 cards, so it felt good to use those. I've had them for probably 8 years. So, you know, it feels good to use something that you've had like for forever. And they weren't even special. They were just like little punched out hearts. I don't know. But what I found was any of the cards that I had sewed, I forgot to also glue down. So I made sure I did that. And then I struggled with this piece of washi. I struggled, but I was determined. Then I get it down and I'm like, oh, it's too long. So I just tore the edge. All right. So I'm showing you here the finished pages, but now we're going to get into putting the cards in the pockets. I have my album up here on my desk. And I'm going to go ahead and get these. Of course, these top ones are going to be easier than the bottom ones, but I will read to you what I have on here. So I just put the little hello wood veneer up there. And I'm feeling like I want to add scripture. I don't know if I'll add it to every month, but probably. So I wanted a scripture about love, since February is a lot about love. So the scripture is 1 Corinthians 16:14. Let all that you do be done in love. Then this right here. So I got a new typewriter. So I wrote on here February 14th, so I actually did this on Valentine's Day. This is the first time I'm using my new typewriter. I need new ribbon. And here I totally went off this little card because I'm typing, forgetting that you have to, hit the thing so that it goes up and all that good stuff. Today is Valentine's Day, and it is my last vacation day in 2 weeks. Today is Friday. This is fun. Silly, right? It was fun. My gosh, when is the last time I used a typewriter? Yeah, right? It's like, some people have never used a typewriter, right? They're like, what the heck is a typewriter? But, so that's that. So I like that. So these I'm going to kind of take off and explain as I put in. All right, I think I'll put these in and then explain, because I think that that's just going to be a little bit easier. Okay, so we got that. We got the middle. Before I go ahead and put this last card in here, I want to show you that on this particular 3x4, there's a lot going on here, and I love it. So this is a photo of all the yummy stuff that Tracy sent to me. And here is a piece of the bag that she used. I have some enamel dots. And this is a little vellum piece from Illustrated Faith. It is a collection, actually it is this collection right here, Illustrated Faith, the Loved collection. And I sewed on my sewing machine, and I got it to go zigzag. I feel so fancy now, right? Yeah, so this 3x4 over here, there's also a bag behind there, and you're going to see towards, at the end here, that I used that same exact bag elsewhere on this 2-page spread, on the opposite page. So I feel very, I feel like it pulls it together nicely. And I'm not cutting off all of the little pieces. You know what, this bag kind of went up. Wait 1 minute. Okay, so what it says here, so I typed this as well. It says, Tracy and I swapped a lot of Project Life cards, and we sent each other some extra fun stuff to use on our pages. And then I used the Becky Higgins stamp that has arrows, and I pointed here. These are from Tracy. And then pointing this way, this is what I sent to her. So she sent to me items in a heart bag, and I sent her items in heart bags. So that was a lot of fun. So then these two pockets right here, so this 4x6 I made into two 3x4s. This is my daughter going to Florida, and I put the dates February 26th to February 29th. And she went to Key West, and this is just a beautiful, beautiful picture of the resort that she is staying in. And I used a lot of hearts. So like all the vellum hearts that you see on here are from that same Illustrated Faith collection. Yeah, I didn't really truly intend to use as many hearts because like I already did my Valentine's Day, insert, but they were just like the perfect colors for this spread, so I used them. And here, this is Madison using my new typewriter. It says Madison's first time typing, and it says here our favorites because she really enjoyed it, with some enamel dots. So that is the left side of this spread. And I like the colors together. I think it looks pretty. Again, very eclectic, right? I got a lot going on. Okay, so then on this side, I left this card fairly simple. I just put washi on the top. It's Illustrated Faith washi. It just says love, love, love. This is a little heart wreath that I painted. And I did stamp the date on the bottom of when I actually painted that. And you can't see it very well, and that's fine. It's just there. I know it's there, so I know exactly the day that I painted that. So this is my granddaughter, and she is washing dishes in the morning. Her hair's a mess. She's got her PJs on. But I use this fun little frame. I'll pull it out in a minute to see who it was made by. So I love using frames. I like using them on top of the pocket pages as well as inside. I like using multiples on one little card. I like frames a lot. I did put some little stickers in here, a little heart enamel dot, as well as a glitter teacup there since she's washing dishes. And I wrote Madison washing dishes. I put, oh, did I not stick this? Oh, I did, except that it's not sticky. Let me get some. So in here, in this fine liner, I just have a little bit of Mod Podge. That's all, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get a little bit on there so that it actually sticks. Yeah, maybe it was because I moved it, I don't know. Okay, and then a little chipboard piece from Freckled Fawn. All right, cute, cute, right? Let me move this over just a little bit. All right, so in the middle here, my 3x4s. During the month of February, I was so excited to get to actually do this that, I spent time prepping, right? I spent time throughout the month prepping because I knew for the most part, exactly, as the month went on, I was like, oh, I need to add that. I need to add that. And so I had a good idea of the colors and the placement and that kind of thing. So on this piece, or on this 3x4, I also sewed with a zigzag, but this is the little heart that came with the order. That it's a little thank you card from the order that I placed. I'm just going in and trimming at this point. I also put a piece of the bag from that order. So that was one reason why I decided to sew this, was because, well, I had a few layers, right? I had the 3x4 card. I had the piece of bag. I had this little this little thank you, and then the photo, and you can see in the photo the heart and the bag that I used on this card. And yeah, so that was just a lot of fun. So here I also typed, I wrote, I painted flowers to make cards for the ladies at church. So that's some of my watercolors and the type of cards that I used. So I watercolored on Arches paper. You know what, I have one right here because somebody wasn't able to come. So this is the card. This is exactly what I did. And I gave to everybody, all with a different painting. I backed them with black, put it onto the Strathmore watercolor card, and it was just perfect. It was just perfect. Down here, I stapled a vellum heart, and over here is a chipboard piece that says love. So I'll go ahead and get them in there. So over here it says, since I am just restarting Project Life again, I am buying pieces to add to my pages. So that's that. All right, so here I have a selfie that I took, and this, and it looks like it. This is the very first line that I sewed on my sewing machine. Just the fact that I got all the thread in and the needle threaded, I was like beyond ecstatic. And then like, so it's terrible. It is not straight. It just kind of took off. But that's okay. And here there's a little sticker that says good job. And then I wrote, for my first time using my sewing machine. I put a little piece of washi, freckled fawn washi. This is a little piece of ephemera from Illustrated Faith. So you know, I'm definitely documenting myself as well as my family. So the way I think these days is more about when they open this in 20 years, and I get it, I've always thought that, you know, when they open this in 20, 40 years from now, you know, they're going to see these amazing stories and these amazing photos. But you know what? I want them to remember me as well. So that's why I am putting myself in there. So that is the end of the February 2-page spread. You can see there. And then this side, you can see here. And under my photo is where that other piece of bag is that I mentioned before. And I also typed here with an arrow, Madison using typewriter for the first time, and selfie of me with some arrows. So that is it. So let me know if you enjoyed the video. Here are the 2 inserts that I'm going to place in here. So my February is now done. And I'll try to remember to put the playlist to my Project Life 2020 in the comments below. I will also have it in the description box below. And yeah, so I guess that's about it. So this was wonderful. And now I get to start thinking about March. So I'm super excited. Thank you so much for being here. If you would like to see more videos like this, please go ahead and click that subscribe button right now. And go ahead and hit that little like button, as well as leave me a comment. All right, thank you so much, and God bless everybody. Bye-bye.